The third chapter of John begins with mention of the love of the Father given to us, that we might be called the children of God. This starts the longest section of the book. At verse 2, the author addresses his readers as both beloved and also as children of God. While the third verse speaks of the beloved purifying themselves, the fourth warns that everyone who practices sin also practices lawlessness, in that sin is lawlessness. This showcases the strong, uncompromising language found in the chapter. After making reference to Christ taking away sins, verse 6 teaches that everyone who abides in him is not sinning. At verse 7, the Apostle John states, "He who practices righteousness is righteous, just as he is righteous." He then goes on to declare that he who practices sin is from the devil, and that the Son of God was manifested, that he might tear down the works of the devil. This discussion of sin and devil reaches a climax at verse 10, where some people are referred to as children of God, but others are called children of the devil. The verse explains that the difference between the two is made apparent by whether or not a person practices righteousness and loves his brother. Recalling the start of the letter, there is mention of a message being heard in verse 11. In verses 12 through 15, the strong language of the chapter continues with references to Cain slaughtering his brother, the world's hatred of the brethren, the possibility of abiding in death, and that everyone who hates his brother is a murderer. At verse 16, the author returns back to focusing on love. Jesus laying down his life on our behalf is referred to, and the letter's recipients are instructed to love and work in truth, not a mere word or tongue. Beginning at verse 19, the heart of the children of God is discussed, and the importance of whether or not it condemns us. If it does not, then we have boldness before God and receive whatever we ask of him, because we are keeping his commands and practice the things which are pleasing in his sight. The 23rd verse teaches that we should believe in the name of Jesus Christ and love one another just as he gave commandment to us. The chapter's final verse not only teaches us that he who keeps his commandments abides in him and he in him, but also that we know that he abides in us from the Spirit whom he gave us.